Hello and welcome back here to Mandy Greenmon Field here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as we get ready for game 2 here on day 10 between the Bandits and the Smoky Mountain Rain here as these two teams get ready to battle it out here in just a moment. We're trying to get everybody all set up still on our lineups cards, so we apologize. We're getting really quickly underway here as these two teams will face off once more. As leading us off will be Addie Lewis, tonight's shortstop for this Bandits squad. She'll get the start here today in the leadoff spot, followed up by Dallas Wagoneer. She will hit second, tonight's catcher. And then Lauren Henson, the pitcher, will hit in the 3 spots. She will wear number 26. So starting us off, Addie Lewis will face off against Smith and lace one out to right center field. Kai Ricks goes all the way to the wall and will make the grab one away. Lewis, first pitch, drives one to deep right center field. Ricks has to back up all the way to the wall, tonight's center fielder for the Rain. We have one away here to start us off in the top of the first inning. Great effort there from Kai Ricks to race that one down deep out there in right center field to make the play. And now it brings up Dallas Wagoneer with 1 out and nobody on. So Mariana Smith, today's starter, will throw the next one up in the zone for strike one. 0-1 now the count, as she will get her first start here today. Mostly been used more in that relief role recently. Next pitch, hammered, left field side. Will get underneath it, will be the left fielder, out number 2. So 3 pitches, 2 outs. Not a bad start here for Smith. She'll now have to face off against Henson, her starting pitching counterpart. Smith, 16 innings pitched, a 5.69 ERA. Only 5 strikeouts for her so far. 2.06 whip. It currently places her 6th in terms of ERA. Of the 10 eligible pitchers currently. So Henson steps up. First pitch outside for ball 1, 1-0. So Smith will also be the leadoff hitter today to start off for this Rain squad, looking to continue to work here. Already 2 outs in 3 pitches. Now pitch number 5 of the inning will be called a strike on the outer half, 1-1. Henson now on the mound here today. He's been used mostly as a first baseman and right fielder. Hits this one right back up the middle, trying to dive towards the second baseman. Got a glove on it, but could not get on that ball. It'll be a base knock for Henson. And now 2-out lightning possibly here for this Bandit squad as Henson reaches with a single. So Reagan Wall now comes up to the plate. Today's 4-hole hitter headed off to Georgia Tech next year, as J.C. Holt will step in for her pitcher at first base. The speedy outfielder will pinch run. Keep an eye on her. She's got wheels there at first. Wall will step up, today's left fielder from James Madison University. Shows bunt, misses it. Throw it down to seconds. A good one from Mack, not in time. Stolen base for J.C. Holt. And now runner at second with 2 away. Wall trying to see if she can bring her around. Corner infielders step in. Wall will lay one down if given the chance. 1 stays high, 1-1 now the count. Well, Cunningham would hit next if given the opportunity. Now a runner at second base, 1-1 to Wall. Hit over to the shortstop side, takes a weird bounce. What a snag by Hewler's throw to first is in time. And that will end the inning. Ball grounds out, 1 hit, 1 runner left on, no errors made. We go to the bottom of the first as the Smoky Mountain Rain able to hold on here in this top of the first inning without any damage attached. We'll be right back after this quick break from Mandy Greenmon Field here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as the Smoky Mountain Rain will get their first appearance on the plate here in the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be right back after this quick break for the bottom of the first inning. Welcome back here in the bottom of the first inning to Mandy Greenmont Field here in North Chattanooga, Tennessee, as we will have Mariana Smith lead off against Lauren Henson on the mound here today as we try and get through these lineups really quickly here. Smith will lead us off, Anna Frazier will hit second at third base today, and third will be Alyssa Balcom, today's first baseman, as it will be the Division I products to start us off here today on the mound and at the plate. Smith will foul the first pitch off for strike one. So Smith, who was able to work a clean first, now comes up for the first time today. She makes her appearance on the mound, able to only give up one hit. Funny enough, to the the pitcher now in Lauren Henson. That'd be Frazier as the next pitch stays away for ball one, 1-1. So the Oakland U product at the plate. Marshall University product on the mound here today. Both still with years of eligibility left. Next pitch, big swing and a miss, 1-2. She burns the fastball by her. One, two. Skies it over to the second base side. We'll get underneath it. Will be the second baseman. And Massengale one away. So maybe not as quickly as what was able to work for Mariana Smith, but still one out on 4 pitches now for Henson, and it brings up Frazier for the first time today. Played earlier today for the Choo-Choos. Now comes up for the first time here today in her Reign uniform once more. First pitch sits out and away for ball one. Would be Balcom, and Kai Ricks in the 5 or 4 hole today would hit after her, possibly if given the opportunity. We'll see if that will come or not. We sit here, no score here in the bottom of the first. Next pitch skies it towards shortstop. Addie Lewis will get underneath and it will make the grab, 2 away. 6 pitches, 2 outs. Maybe back-to-back quick innings here for both of these teams. We'll see if that does become the cause or not here in a moment. Now it brings up Balcom. First pitch to her stays high for ball one. For the Oakland U product, the plate as well. Now hitting just a little under 500. Had entered in yesterday hitting above that. She now comes up to the plate for the first time today. A 480 batting average for her. Sees the next one just down low, 2-0. Balcom leads the league in doubles currently with 5. Next closest is Macy Strickland, her own teammate, with 4. (2-0), 2 outs, nobody on base for Alyssa Balcom at the plate. Next one stays low, called a strike, 2-1. Ricks will hit next if given the chance tonight, center fielder. Jamerson in right will hit 5th. Strickland at second base will hit 6th. Cunningham, today's shortstop, will hit 7th. McCallum in left field will hit 8th. And Mack will hit 9th. As this one's laced out to left center field, that'll go all the way to the wall. Picked off by the left fielder, thrown to second as Balcom's going to try for another extra base, or she'll get in safely. A 2-out lightning double from Balcom and her 6th double of the year. Balcom now gets one shot out to left center and gets it all the way to the wall, and now it brings up Kai Ricks with 2 outs and a runner at second. And one of the fastest players we've seen this year, and someone who has already a 478 batting average, tied 4th with Reagan Wall. This one's hit to the first base side. Cunningham's able to snag it, and that will be out number 3. So one pitch gets the final out, and that'll end the inning. So a double for Balcom leaves her stranded at second. No more errors made, and no runs will score. We go to the top of the second frame. Still no score here after 1 between the Reign and the Bandits, as the Bandits will come back up to hit. We'll be right back after this quick break from Mandy Greenmont Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be back in just a moment. Top of the second inning, no score here between the Smoky Mountain Rain and the Bandits here in Game 2 here on Day 10 of the Scenic City Collegiate League. First pitch to Ella Cunningham. Today's 5-hole hitter will be out and away for ball 1. So for Cunningham hitting in the 5 spot today, playing first base. We followed up by Massengale, today's second baseman, hitting 6th. And Elgris Harvey, today's third baseman, who will play or hit 7th. J.C. Holt and then Ryan Presswood will follow them up as the next one stays high and away, 2-0. Holt in center field, Presswood, the DP, will hit 9th. And then currently, I believe, is Diamond Leslie will hit in the 10th spot, today's left fielder. Newest addition to this Bandits squad. 2-0 from Smith. Sits outside but called a strike, 2-1. It's Cunningham, who has been primarily one of the best pitchers for this Bandits squad, been one of the best pitchers in the league this year. He's also been very reliable at the plate. She'll drive this one deep to right center field. It'll be underneath it, though, is Jamerson just in front of the track, one away. That one looked like it had a lot of air on it, but just a little too far underneath it was Cunningham. Now it brings up Massengale with 1 out. Tina Massengale, who's been playing a lot of shortstop, got a couple of reps over at third, now makes an appearance at second base today. First pitch is fouled off for 0-1. Grace Harvey will hit next, who has been mostly her partner on that left side of the infield. Massengale, a 208 average, 6 RBIs for her, a 310 on base. No extra base hits for her just yet. 5 hits in her 30 plate appearances. Next one stays low, 1-1, as that one gets away from Jasmine Mack. Today's starting catcher for this Smoky Mountain Rain squad. Smith trying to see if she can work a second clean frame after getting through the first with only 1 hit allowed. 1-1. Stays out and away, now 2-1. The Oakland University product on the mound. To see what she can do here for her Rain squad. We haven't really seen her get too many starts. I believe we've only seen her start twice this season. Mostly used in more of a relief role alongside her Oakland U product teammate Balcom, as this one's hit back up the middle, and that'll be out number 2. So now 2 away for Ella Grace Harvey, the Tennessee Tech commit. The tall third baseman who's played over at shortstop as well earlier this year. 2 outs and nobody on. Harvey, a .393 batting average, 15th this season. First pitch to her is outside and away for ball 1. Harvey, 6 RBIs, 11 hits for her, a .414 on base, a .914 OBS, three doubles to her name this year. She'll hit this one off the end of the bat towards right field. That ball's going to get down, another base knock for Harvey. And now a runner on with 2 outs for J.C. Holt, who has also been outstanding at the plate in terms of base knocks. She has been electric in terms of her speed. A .433 average for her. Somehow only places her 9th in the league in terms of batting average. 7 RBIs, 13 hits. First pitch stays high for ball 1. 452 on base percentage. 885 OPS. No extra base hits for her just yet. She has almost all the stolen bases, it feels like. 13 hits. Sits tied for third for the most in the league as she hits the second base. Knocked down by the second baseman and then lost. And that will allow both runners to make it with 2 outs. And now runners at second and first as the second baseman. And Strickland had to go through her. Cunningham tried to back her up, but now runners on second and first with 2 away for Ryan Presswood. So Strickland has it just go right through the wickets at second base, and now it brings up Presswood for the first time today. It's the first pitch she will see outside for ball 1. One 1-0 the count. Runners at second and first with 2 outs. Next pitch stays high, called a strike for 1-1. So Presswood headed off to UTEP next year, the University of Texas El Paso. Walker Valley High School. Good to see what she could do at the plate here. Has been primarily used as a pitcher. Has gotten a lot of reps at first, though. Hits this one right back up the middle. Strickland will knock this one down this time. Throws to second. In time, out number 3. So a single and an error allow for 2 runners to reach. They will both be left on. No one will come around to score as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. No score between the Smoky Mountain Rain and the Bandits here through 1.5. We go to the bottom half of the 2nd frame as the rain will come up. Thank you again for tuning in here from Mandy Greenmont Field here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be right back after this quick break for the bottom half of the 2nd frame. Bottom of the 2nd inning, still no score here between the Bandits and the Smoky Mountain Rain. Lauren Jamerson, today's right fielder, steps up to the plate here in the 5-hole. 5, 6, and 7 will come up. It'll be Jamerson, Strickland, today's 2nd baseman, and Cunningham, the shortstop, who will hit 5, 6, and 7. For Jamerson now, the rising senior out of Sweetbriar College, the Division III school. First pitch down low for ball 1. For Jamerson, for the Vixens the last couple of years, probably one of the more unique and definitely one of the cooler looking logos I think I've seen in Division III sports, and let me tell you, there's all sorts out there. See the 1-0 and hit it right back up the middle. Got a piece of it, was Henson, can't knock it down. The shortstop Lewis, the first, not in time. Base knock off the 2nd pitch of the inning for Jamerson, as Henson couldn't knock it down and Lewis couldn't back her up in time, so a runner on first. Now it brings up Strickland for the first time today. Casey Strickland now, the Liberty University product at the mound as time is called. Now as a runner on and nobody out here to start us off. Strickland a .333 average. 4 RBIs for her. As Henson now just trying to reset on the mound at the moment. Strickland a .455 on-base percentage, one of the highest in the league this year, a .1010 OPS, 4 doubles. Places her just behind Balcom in terms of that total. First pitch to her inside for ball 1. As Jamerson now at first after the single. Next pitch inside, called a strike to the Liberty product at the plate. 1-1 now the count. Strickland from Dallas, Georgia, the rising sophomore, who originally attended Alatoona High School. The 1-1 stays high, 2-1 as Wagoneer able to knock it down. Cunningham will hit next. Possibly Geneva McCallum, tonight's left fielder, will hit in the 8th spot. Jasmine Mack behind the plate hits 9th. For now, Strickland with a 2-1 count in her favor with nobody out and a runner on. Next pitch swung on and missed, 2-2. As for Henson on the mound, Marshall University steps in with 16 innings pitched, a .438 average, or earned run average. Sits her 4th in the league, 16 strikeouts and a .219 whip. Next pitch, skies it, right-hand side. Trying to get underneath it will be the 2nd baseman, and will do so. Drop the ball in fair ground. The throw will come to second, as Massengale had it in her glove and just dropped it. Yeah, will get recorded, but reaching will be Strickland on a fielder's choice. Jamerson gets cut down. So, in an odd turn of events, one away. And now Strickland sits at first. Check swing back up the middle. Picked up by Henson. Throw to first in time. 2 away as the runner will advance. So, an excuse me swing by Cunningham will allow for Strickland to reach second. Now McCallum comes up with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. And we'll see the first pitch high for ball 1. McCallum from Layton, Utah now comes up after a bit of an odd last 2 at-bats. Strickland gets on after a dropped fielder's choice by Massengale, who came in and just dropped it right in front of the fair line. And then Cunningham on an excuse me swing grounds out the pitcher as this one's fouled off up and out of play, 1-1. Now McCallum has 2 outs and a runner at second base as Jasmine Mack sits in the on-deck circle, one of the leading hitters this season. For McCallum now. See the next one. Inside for a strike, 1-2. McCallum still has yet to record a hit this year, trying to see if she could do so here. Next one stays high, 2-2. Has reached on a walk already this season. Also hit by pitch, has been able to lay down sacrifices a lot. Now has a runner in scoring position and trying to see if she can break this deadlock here in the bottom of the second frame against Henson. Two-two. Off speed, hits it out to right center field. Holt will get underneath it. That will end the inning. So we go to the top of the third inning, 1 runner left on, a single, a couple fielders' choices, and a fly out results in the bottom of the second going through cleanly for Henson. We go to the top of the third as the Bandits come back up to hit, still tied at 0 apiece. Here between the Smoky Mountain Rain and the Bandits here in Mandy Greenmont Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll be right back after this quick break for the top of the third inning. Top of the third inning, no score here as we enter into the top of the third. Mandy Greenmont Field here in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. Bandits, Smoky Mountain Rain, sear tied as the Bandits come back up to the plate. And we have a new batter up for this Bandits squads. It will be Diamond Leslie, the rising sophomore out of Marshall University from Alpharetta, Georgia. Hanging the 9-hole, playing left field today. We'll try and lay down a bunt. Foul ball on the first pitch will be 0-1. Leslie coming from the same school as, guess who, Lindsey Henson, who currently is playing the first base coach role today, as well as the starting pitcher. Lauren Henson, excuse me, don't know where I got Lindsey from. That's just, or it is Lindsey Henson. I'm all sorts of mixed, I apologize. 0-1. Swung on in sky, deep right center field. Ricks is looking over, it's gonna go over the wall and gone. Second pitch of the at-bat for Leslie in her first appearance at the plate, and she makes it a 1-0 game in favor of the Bandits. Diamond Leslie, first appearance at the plate in a Bandits uniform. She goes yaya to deep right center, and a 1-0 lead in favor of the Bandits. Centennial High School product, formerly the rising sophomore coming out of Marshall, played in 52 games last year and hit .365. 6 homers for her. Let's give her another there. Just like that, a 1-0 lead in favor of the Bandits. And now it brings up the leadoff hitter, Addie Lewis, who lined out to center on the first pitch of the ball game. She'll take a pitch outside for a strike 0-1. Diamond Leslie, in her first appearance in the Scenic City Collegiate League, goes first pitch home run to right center. Next pitch to Lewis stays high and away for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Wagoneer will hit second, Henson third. Shortstop waits the 1-1 from Smith. Just down low, 2-1. Gives up her first run of this game, her third hit of this contest. Now just trying to see if she can settle in here and limit any more damage. 2-1 to Lewis. Stays low once more, 3-1. As for Addie Lewis, the utility player has played a lot of middle infield, usually with Abby Fairs. Here today is Lewis from Saudi Daisy area. Division II Lee University next year. 3-1. Swung on, hit right back up the middle, over the head of Smith. Shortstop Cunningham knocks it down, throw to first, in time, gets the out. Great defense by Cunningham. And a 1 away here in the top of the third. She had to cover a lot of ground to get to that one and does so just in time. She did it to Reagan Wall earlier, she does it now to Addie Lewis. It brings up Wagoneer, who lined out the left fielder last time up. With now 1 away and nobody on. Tonight's starting catcher, she has played pretty much catcher every single time for the Bandits. We've seen her out from behind the plate maybe once, and that was when Cassidy Ross stepped in for her. First pitch low for a ball, 1-0. That was when she got to play second base for a grand total of, I believe, like 3 or 4 innings. Wagoneer, a .188 average for her, but a .381 on-base percentage. Next one low, 2-0. Has had a great eye at the plate. Has not had the hits fall for her, but has found ways to get on nonetheless. No RBIs for her just yet this season. Her 9th game played now with this squad. Next one lines it deep left center field. Rick's trying to get there. Will not be there in time. It'll be a base knock for Wagoneer. Gets the throw in quickly. And now runner on first with 1 out as Wagoneer collects herself a base knock. Brings up Henson, who already has a single today. So now Henson, starting pitcher in the 3-hole, the Marshall product, teammate of Diamond Leslie, who just went deep to right center a moment ago to give this Bandit squad their 1-0 lead. First pitch from Smith, flies it out to deep right center field. Rick's underneath it with plenty of time. She'll make out number 2. And now Reagan Wall comes up with 2 outs and a runner on. Wall grounded out to shortstop her last time up. Thought she beat that throw out. Fortunately for her, though, was not the call given to her. She comes up once more. One of the leading hitters this season. Hits it softly to the left-hand side, about 4 feet foul, 0-1. Trying to see if she could just place that one inside that left field side. Would have been extra bases. Ball entering in on the day. Tied with Kai Ricks with a .478 average for 4th. 4 RBIs, 11 hits for a .538 on-base percentage. 1104 OPS. Next one stays high, 1-1. The James Madison product headed to Georgia Tech next year currently. A triple, her lone extra base hit. Her 9th game play, or entering into her 9th game played in a Bandits uniform. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Wall, who's primarily been used more towards the very top and very bottom of the order. Someone to try and spark the offense rolling, getting in the 4 spot here today as Cunningham moves down to the 5 hole. 2-1. Just inside, delayed called strike, 2-2. Henson still, or excuse me, Wagoneer still stands at first after the single. Trying to see if she can move up. Wall wants to extend this inning. Smith trying to get out with any more damage done. 2-2. Out and away, ball 3. After the leadoff home run by Leslie. Ground out, a single and a fly out. Trying to see if she can get out of this inning is Smith. Reagan Wall wants to extend it a little bit further and bring up Cunningham. 3-2. Hit right back up the middle towards the shortstop. Cunningham got a piece of it but can't knock it down. Wagoneer's going to try and go for third. The ball made its way into right field. She'll make it in standing. A base knock for Wall as Cunningham was trying to go for the most insane web gem you'd ever see. But now runners at the corners with 2 away. Deanna Cunningham trying to go full Superman for that one. Just got a piece of it but couldn't hold on. And now runners at the corners with 2 away, and it brings up Ella Cunningham, who flew out to deep right fielder last time up. First pitch from Smith, hit hard to the right-hand side, goes through Balcom and into right field. A run will score. Making her way into third is Wall. The throw is cut off. 2-0, now your score. Base knock from Cunningham to third, or into right field. So Wall able to advance to third. Wagoneer comes around to score. Cunningham will reach as Balcom can't knock it down at first. First pitch to Tatum Massengale outside for ball 1. Her second appearance at the plate, grounded out to Smith her last time up. Trying to extend this third inning, now 2-0 your score. This one stays outside, 2-0. So a leadoff homer by Leslie, a ground out, a single, a fly out. Another single by Wall and a hit by Cunningham has made this 2-0 with runners at the corners and 2 away. 2-0 to Massengale. Swung hard, third base side. Frazier knocks it down. Can't hold on to it though. Can't make a throw. It'll be another base knock and another run scores. Three to nothing now your score. Massengale just rockets one down the line. Frazier got a piece of it but couldn't hold on to it by the time she got back to it. Massengale was pretty much already there. Did not have a throw to be made, and Wall comes around to score. And now it brings up Ella Grace Harvey, who's already got a base knock today, with 2 outs and runners at second and first. So Smith, who looked like she was going to be able to get out of the inning, and Cunningham, who almost made an absolute web gem play at short, instead give up 2 runs here after the leadoff homer, and still in danger with runners at second and first. And the Division I commit at the plate, and Ella Grace Harvey. First pitch to the tall third baseman. Inside for a strike, 0-1. J.C. Holt would hit next if given the chance. 0-1. Hit hard. Third base side gets through. Another base knock for Harvey. Cunningham going to try and turn. She'll hold up at third. Base is now loaded with 2 away. Back-to-back singles for the third baseman Harvey, and now it brings up Holt, who reached on an error her last time up. With the bases loaded and 2 away, Smith just trying to get out of this one. First pitch on the swing, called a strike. So Holt, 433 average entering into the contest, 7 RBIs for her. Gonna see if she can get number 8 or more. Swings the high fastball, 0-2. Presswood would hit next if given the chance, and then we come back around the order as Leslie would hit next, who had the leadoff homer. Now Next pitch stays outside, 1-2 to the Maryland Eastern Shore product. The rising senior at the plate. Trying to keep this inning alive with Cunningham at third, Massengale second, and Harvey at first. Next pitch stays high, 2-2. Smith just trying to get out of this jam. Worked hard through this inning, but just cannot seem to get out of it. 3-0 now your score. The Bandits lead here in the top of the third, 2-2. Hit to the second base side, knocked down by Strickland, bobbles it, throws the first, not in time. Throw comes back to third, will not be there, and another run scores. So another base knock, Holt gets on and scores another RBI, her 8th of the year. Cunningham comes through to score, Massengale to third, Harvey to second. Now it brings up Presswood. First pitch is a strike for 0-1. Presswood ended the bottom of the top of the second inning with that 4-6 fielder's choice. A cut down Holt, funny enough, at second base. She now sits at first after the hit. 5 straight singles. This one stays high for 1-1. As now Wall, Cunningham, Massengale, Harvey, and Holt have all singled. And a 4-0 lead in favor of the Bandits if they have found their stride here in the second. Next pitch, fouls it off to the right-hand side. 1-2. Presswood primarily has been used as the pitcher again. Stepping in as today's DP. Has played a lot of first base as well. 1-2. Hits it right back up the middle. Base knock once again. Another single. And another run scores. Brian Presswood puts one out to center, just able to shoot it back up the middle. Another one comes around in Massengale. And we go back to the 9-hole and Diamond Leslie, who already has a solo homer today. 5-0 now your score. First pitch to Leslie, down low for ball one, as Leslie, who started us off on the second pitch of her first appearance at the plate, went to deep right center and put it out the park. Now comes up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Next pitch called a strike, 1-1. The newest addition to this Bandits squad today. 6 straight singles. 8 hits in this top of the third as that one stays high, 2-1. The lone hit that has not been a single has been Leslie's homer. Wagoneer had a single. Wall, Cunningham, Massengale, Harvey, Holt, and Presswood have all done the single now. The only one who hasn't gotten hits is Henson and Lewis. Next one inside for a ball, 3-1. 3-1. Hit to the third base side. Makes its way to shortstop. Cunningham can't knock it down. It goes into left. Holt will hold up. It'll be another base hit. As Leslie now 2 for 2 and brings in another run. Now 6-0. Cunningham trying to back up her third baseman Frazier. Just can't get there in time. And now Addie Lewis comes up for the second time this inning. With Holt at third and Presswood at second. The only player to not collect a hit just yet. Stays low for ball one as the Bandits offense is striking here in this top of the third. 9 hits in the inning, 8 singles, 7 of those in a row. They've batted around the order. This one stays low for a strike, 1-1. Addie Lewis, who has lined out to center and grounded out to short, the only Bandit to yet record a hit. Henson had one in that first inning. Everybody else has collected one here in this frame. 1-1. Swung on, hit hard to the shortstop side. Cunningham knocks it down, goes to third with it out there. They finally get out of the inning. And Cunningham with another gold-gloved play. We go to the bottom of the third. Bases left loaded, but they find 6. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Bandits now leading 6-0. Smoky Mountain Rain will come up to hit. Now down here as we go into the bottom half of the third frame. Thank you again for tuning in. From Mandy Greenmont Field in Chattanooga, Tennessee, you've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be right back after this quick break. Bottom of the third inning, 6-0. Now your score. The Bandits find all forms of offense in that top of the third frame. As now Jasmine Mack will come up for the first time today for the Smoky Mountain Rain squad, seeing if they can get this offense jump-started. As the first pitch she'll see from Henson is down and in for ball 1. So for Mack, George Mason University product, stepping across from the member of the Marshall herd on the mound. Two green squads facing off from Division I sides. The 1-0 is inside for 2-0. Jasmine Mack steps up for the first time today. One of the leading hitters as well this year. A .471 average for her. Places her 6th this season. Only 9 games played, or their 9th game played, 4 RBIs. See the next one inside for 3-0. All 3 have been down near her ankles. .591 on-base percentage, a .1297 OPS, a double, and a moonshot 3-run homer for her this year. Excuse me, it was a solo home run, but either way. 3-0, swung on and skies it deep right field, trying to get underneath it will be Reagan Walsh. She will indeed. That'll be out number 1. Now it brings up Smith, the pitcher, flew out to second base her first time up. Now trying to see if she can help herself out after giving up 6 in that top of the third, including 8 straight singles. First pitch to Smith, down and in for a strike, 0-1. So for Smith, it looked like she was going to make it through that third frame without any damage. It collected 2 outs and only had 1 runner on. And then the singles just kept coming as the next pitch she goes around on 0-2. Henson leans back. The 0-2 delivery. Stays high and away, 1-2. Henson in the transfer portal trying to see if she can get another year out of her. Playing last year at Marshall University, hit her first Division I home run on senior day last year, collected 4 RBIs, 1-2. Swung on and hit sky high to right-hand side once more. Reagan Wall will get underneath it and record out number 2. 2 outs, back-to-back fly outs to right, both on 3 pitches. Excuse me, that last one was on 4, as I had a moment there. Math is really hard for some of us. Anna Fraser now comes up, flew out to shortstop her last time, hits it hard to the third base side. Harvey will knock it down, throw to first in time, out number 3. It'll be an 8-pitch inning for Lauren Henson. No hits, no runs, no errors made. As 1, 2, 3 go up the 9, 1 and 2 hitters, and now the Bandits will come back up to hit here to start us off at the top of the 4th. 6-0 now your score. They lead over the Smoky Mountain Rain. Trying to get themselves back in the win column once more. Rain just trying to bounce back. Thank you again for tuning in here from Mandy Greenmont Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be right back after this quick break at the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning, 6-0 your score. The Bandits lead by 6 over the Smoky Mountain Rain here from Mandy Greenmont Field here in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee, as we have a new pitcher on the mound. It'll be Olivia Laney coming out once more. Smith gets relieved here after 3 innings pitched, and now it brings up the most electric pitcher we've seen here in this season. For Olivia Laney, the former BYU product, spent a year there, did not pitch for them at BYU, spent last season at Chattanooga State. This year in 23 innings pitched, a .59 ERA. First pitch she'll give to Dallas Wagoneer will be fouled off up in the zone for 0-1. But for Laney, one of the most dominant pitchers this season, 45 strikeouts just behind Ella Cunningham's 53, a .59 whip, a 110 batting average against in only 6 games played. She has been nothing short of lights out. The 0-1. Other half, coldest strike, 0-2 for the left-hander on the mound. Wagoneer 1 for 2 with a single and a line out. Lined up to left field her first time up, singled in that 3rd inning. Came around to score in what was a 6-run top of the 3rd, including 7 straight singles for the Bandits. Wagoneer shows bunt for the 0-2. Pulls it back the next pitch, stays out and away, 1-2. For Laney, who had 2 no-hitters last year, a perfect game through 5 innings. With Chattanooga State, had 1 7-inning no-hitter, a 6-inning no-hitter, and to put it lightly, was nothing short of dominant at the JUCO level. Wagoneer holds bunt once more, the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, bounces off the glove of Mack. Is it swung on? They're going to say she swung through it. Throwdown will not happen. So it will be a strikeout. However, Wagoneer will reach, as Mack had it bounce off her glove and up into the netting. So it is a strikeout, but it allows Wagoneer to reach. So the drop third strike now puts a runner on with nobody out and brings up Henson, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to center. So there's one you don't really see every day. That one went off the netting behind the plate as Mac tried to reach up to grab it. And now Diamond Leslie will step in for a catcher. Henson shows bunt, fouls it off 0-1. So now the two Marshall players in the field for the Bandits here as Leslie went head first and asked her to stroll her way back to first base. Leslie at first, the pinch runner for Wagoneer. Lauren Henson, the pitcher, now at the plate. Very different paths for them, though. Obviously, Henson, the rising senior. Leslie, the rising sophomore. Next pitch, bunts it, right-hand side. Balcom makes the catch. Throw will not happen to first. One away. So now one down. Reagan Wall up to the plate. Grounded out her first time up. Single to start off that 2-out Lightning. I got Wagoneer to third on that line drive back up the middle. That Cunningham tried to make an absolute, just put it lightly, web gem play. Just could not hang on. First pitch from the left-hander. On the mound to the lefty at the plate. Shows bunt, lays it down to the mound. Laney picks it up, throw to first, not in time. Leslie now stuck in a rundown at third. Welcome to throw to third base is not going to be there. And it allows for Wall to advance to second. So from a bunt single to runners at second and third. As Diamond Leslie intentionally draws Balcom to try and see if she could get a throw. And is able to just advance to third as she beats it through, and Wall's able to advance on the bunt single to second on the throw from Balcom to third base, and now Cunningham has runners in scoring position with one away. First pitch to Cunningham stays low for 1-0, and now Laney with a pickle on her hands after not being able to throw out Wall at first in time. Diamond Leslie at third. It's the Charlotte native now on the mound. The 1-0. Fouls it off as Cunningham 1-1. That's where Ella Cunningham headed off to Troy University next year. Originally played at Michigan State last season. Primarily a pitcher. Michigan State this year, though, has been fairly effective at the plate for this Bandits squad. Started off the RBI single train in that top of the third inning when she brought around Wagoneer. 1-1, fouls it off 1-2. Cunningham originally attended Silverdale Academy. Was one of the Tennessee Prep Players of the Year. Was the Tennessee Player of the Year for according to Max Preps. Was a high school All-American after breaking the Silverdale strikeout record at 368 with a 35-win season and a .58 ERA. She'll foul this one off once more, 1-2. Cunningham trying to keep this inning alive. Laney trying to get out of the pickle. Being able to record that first out to Henson and had the strikeout against Wagoneer, but now Diamond Leslie, who subbed in for her on the base paths, now stands at third base. One-two from the lefty at the mound. Swung on and hammered out towards shallow center field. Trying to get underneath it is Rick. She's got a running start on it. Leslie's going to test her arm. The throw to the plate's a good one. It'll back up to third. And now two away here in the top of the fourth. Leslie took a couple strides and said, I'm not going to test it. And it's a good thing she didn't because Rick's had an absolute beam come in from center. And now two outs with runners at second and third for Tatum Massengale, who brought in the third run of that top of the third inning with the second of that 7 straight singles. She grounded out to the mound the first time she came up. First pitch from Laney. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Fastball burns through. Madison Gale, originally at Tennessee Wesleyan last year, the rising junior for the NAIA school product. 0-1. Outer half called a ball 1-1. Not able to catch enough of that outer part of the plate. Madison Gale the plate from Hickson, Tennessee. Attended Soddy Daisy High School. A public health major at Tennessee Wesleyan. One. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Grace Harvey would hit next if given the chance. 2 singles for her already today. An RBI to her name and a run scored. Madison Gale just trying to see if she can keep this inning rolling. Had 6-0 here entering into the top of the 4th. 1-2. Just stays high. 2-2. The riser just kept rising too high out of the zone. Madison Gale last year in 35 games played, a .371 average, and over 800 OPS, 24 RBIs, and 11 doubles, and only 97 appearances at the plate. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Able to get through it is Laney. 2 strikeouts in the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. 2 runners reach. No one able to come around and score, though. A single, the lone hit in that inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 6-0 your score. The Bandits lead of the Smoky Mountain Rain as the Rain will now try and come up and see if they can get some revenge here with some runs of their own. We'll see if they're able to do so here in just a moment. Here from Mandy Greenmont Field here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters up next for the Smoky Mountain Rain as they come up to hit. Lauren Henson will head back out to the mound. We'll be right back after this quick break. Bottom of the 4th inning, 6-0 your score. Bandits still lead here over the Smoky Mountain Rain as it'll be the 3-hole hitter Alyssa Balcom who comes up. A double for her already today. 6 on the year for her now. Still holds her at first place in the Scenic City League in that category. Leading extra base getters this season. She'll face off against Henson trying to work through her 4th inning. First pitch stays down low for ball 1. 3, 4, and 5, Balcom, Ricks, and Jamerson. Double and a single, ground out to first between those 3 the last time they all came up. 1-0 to Henson. Stays inside for ball 2. So for Balcom, the rising junior from Oakland University. Originally born in Macomb, Michigan. Dakota High School before heading off to the D1 school. Laces this one out towards shallow right center field. Reagan Wall will get underneath it, and that'll be out number 1. Now Ricks comes up, who grounded out to first base her last time. With a runner in scoring position in Balcom after that double. Cunningham able to snag it at first base and get the first in time. Product from the University of South Carolina comes up. The rising junior from Fayetteville, Georgia. Shows bunt, lays it down perfectly on the first base side. Will land foul, 0-1. Ricks, who has shown great speed, probably one of the more nimble players you're going to see here. The former track and field star back at Whitewater High School as well. Has shown great speed on the base paths at all times, has 19 stolen bases in 24 tries. During her time at South Carolina, he gets a base knock to right field. Cunningham can't pick it. It'll be a base hit for Ricks. He's able to just drag that one into right field, and now a runner on with one out. And great speed on the base paths now for the Smoky Mountain Rain as Jamerson, who already has a single today, comes up. Lauren Jamerson now comes up, a base hit for her today. Got cut down on a fielder's choice last time, stays down low, throw down to second, not in time. A stolen base for Ricks. Now Ricks will take a second here as they got a dust off second base for her. Gets on first pitch, steals second. 1-0 the count now, or excuse me, 0-1. The count to Jamerson. Wasn't sure if it was called a strike at first or not. It will indeed be now to the Division III product at the plate from Sweetbriar College. Portal as well, lines one right field. Reagan Wall gets underneath it, makes the grab. Ricks tags up and heads for third. Wall trying to judge that ball, just able to reach up and grab it, thankfully for her. And now two away with a runner at third, and now I think Ricks is going to get called out for taking too early away from the second base bag. I think that's indeed going to be the case, so a double play as Ricks left second early, I think is what the call is, but that's what the call's going to be. We go to the bottom of the fourth, we go to the top of the fifth inning. Doubled up is Ricks, and that'll end the inning. 6-0, still your score. Bandits will come up to hit here from Mandy Greenmont Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be right back after this quick break for the top of the fifth inning. Top of the fifth inning here in this Mandy Greenmont Field Scenic City Collegiate League matchup. First pitch from Laney to Elagris Harvey is fouled up and out of play for 0-1 as we have a couple of changes now. For the Reign side, it'll be Macy Andrews stepping into center field to start us off, as she will step in now for Kai Ricks. Lauren Hubush will now step in to left field. She will come in for Geneva McCallum. So Hubush comes in to left here in this top of the fifth frame. It will be Ainsley Watson now in right field for Jamerson. As we try and get everybody all sorted out here, we apologize trying to do this a little quickly, obviously. Andrews now comes in for the fleet-footed Ricks as she gets called out on what is called out for leaving the bag too early. Was the call made? Next pitch from Laney stays high, 1-1. Bandits find themselves ahead here, 6-0 in this top of the 5th inning. Grace Harvey, who has already singled twice today, comes up once more. 1-1 from the lefty at on the mound. Fouls it off as Harvey, 1-2. And able to get out of the pickle in that 4th inning after the drop third strike allowed for Wagoneer to reach, and then subbed out for Diamond Leslie, who was able to get all the way to 3rd after the single by Reagan Wall. Was able to get Henson on that first out with a runner on, and then with 2 on, got Cunningham to fly out to shallow center and Massengale to strike out. One and 2 to Harvey. Outside called. Strike 3, 1 away. Second strikeout of the afternoon now for Laney. Back-to-back for her. And now 47 strikeouts on the year. Now it brings up J.C. Holt, who has singled and reached on an error today. 1 down and nobody on. Pitch to Holt, bunts it foul to the left-hand side as the 8-hole hitter comes up for her 3rd time today. Presswood in the 9-hole will come up next, as they both contributed in that 3rd inning to that 7 straight singles. J.C. Holt comes up once again. Born in Chattanooga area, went to Altawaya High School just down the road from here. 0-1. A call in the outer half for a strike, 0-2. So for Holtz, last year hit .277, a just under 700 OPS in 44 games played, 40 starts for her. A .343 on base and a .349 slugging. Takes a big hit swing at this one, that'll be strike 3, 2 away. 3 straight strikeouts now for Laney. Now it brings up Ryan Presswood with 2 outs and nobody on. Left-handers now getting into a groove here. The sun now starting to shine real high and bright here as 12:30 comes around on the Eastern time clock for us here in Chattanooga. Another beautiful day here down in the south. First pitch from Laney. The strike, 0-1. Presswood 1 for 2. A single back up the middle, grounded out on a fielder's choice in that bottom of their top of the 2nd. That resulted in the final out of that 2nd inning. One to Presswood. Sits on it, sees a strike, 0-2. Diamond Leslie would hit next, 2 for 2 with a solo shot and a RBI single already for her today. And her first game in a Bandits uniform has already made a heck of a first impression. Got the scoring started in that 3rd inning with that solo home run. 0-2 from Laney. Swung on and missed, strike 3. She'll strike out the side here in the top of the 5th. 4 straight strikeouts. 49 now on the year for her, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. As the rain will come back up to hit, down 6-0. With that being said, we go to the bottom of the 5th here from Mandy Greenmont Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be right back after this quick break as the Smoky Mountain rain will come back up to hit. Bottom of the 5th inning, Bandits and Smoky Mountain Rain here in this Game 2 on Day 10 here in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee at Mandy Green Munn Field here in the Scenic City Collegiate League. Bandits lead over the Rain here 6-0. Macy Strickland will take the first off-speed pitch and swings through it for 0-1. Henson now steps out for her 5th inning of work as a Liberty University product. At the plate now. Reached on a fielder's choice and then got cut down on a fielder's choice. Come up now with an 0-1. Sees the next one outside, 1-1. Strickland, tonight's second baseman now. One of the better hitters for this Rain squad. 333 average for her, a 455 on base, just short of 500. Sees the next one inside for 2-1. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters here as Strickland, Cunningham, and then Laura Hubush, who will step in now for McCallum in that top of the 5th frame. Next pitch down low, 3-1. Strickland staying patient after swinging through that off-speed pitch to start the at-bat. See if she can get on for the second time today. 3-1, hammers it hard out to deep left center field. That ball's going to go all the way to the wall. It'll be extra bases. Strickland turns to make the turn for second base. Throw from Leslie is not in time. Throw makes his way to first base as Cunningham knocks it down. A double for Strickland in the leadoff spot. And now a runner at second base with nobody out. Able to put one hard into that left center field gap, and no one in a Bandits uniform able to get there in time. Holton, Leslie trying to make it there as the bunt attempt from Cunningham is hit foul, 0-1. Trying to see if she can move Strickland forward, grounded out to the pitcher her last time up on a fielder's choice. The other Cunningham now at the plate. Deanna steps up here. Ella Cunningham down there at first base. Next pitch on the outer half, called a strike, 0-2. Showing some great Gold Glove defense today. Batting the moment a $130. 4 RBIs to her name though, a 200 on base. A double to her name though. It's cooled off a little bit during these back halves, but now she drives one deep down the left field line in foul ground. It'll get underneath it though. Will be Diamond Leslie. That will be out number 1. Got around a little too far on that one, kind of lumberjacked it down the left field line. Had all sorts of air underneath it, but just too much. Now it brings up Hubush for the first time today. He steps into left field in that top of the 5th inning. Runner at second, one out. Lauren Hubush, this one goes high and bounces off the top of the catcher's head. At the umpire's head and goes to the backstop, so a wild pitch. Allows for Strickland to advance to third. As Wagoneer couldn't corral that one. And now Hubush with a favorable count and a runner in scoring position. Trying to see if they can break that 0 on the board. 238 average for her. She'll drive it up to left center field. It'll get down for a base knock. An RBI will score. Hubush will make the turn. She's going to try for 2. Throw it to second is in time. She is out. So they are able to bring a run on the board. She'll get cut down, though, on the great throw from left center. And now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Strickland comes around to score. An RBI for Hubush, but she gets cut down on the attempt to make it into second. And now Jasmine Mack comes up and sees the off-speed pitch and fouls it off. So Hubush able to drive in Strickland. Now Mack, who has flown out to right field her last time up, comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. 6-1 now your score. The donut removed for the Rain. So they try and see if they can claw their way back in this one. Next pitch hit to the shortstop side, knocked down by Lewis. The throw to first in time. That'll end the inning. So run does come around to score. No one gets left on base after a double by Strickland and a single by Hubush. Hubush gets cut down trying to turn it into 2. That will end the inning. Here as we enter into the top of the 6th inning, Bandits will come up to plate now ahead by 5. Here from Mandy Greenmont Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. Bandits lead 6-1. Laney will step back out on the mound to go for another inning of work. We'll be right back after this quick break for the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 6th frame, Bandits ahead by 5. Now 6-1 your score as the Rain are able to put up a run on the board, but now it brings up the 9-hole hitter, Diamond Leslie, who already has a home run and a single today. Looking to see what she can do in her 3rd plate appearance in a Bandits uniform. Now Leslie will step across from Laney on the mound. Diamond Leslie, who had 6 homers entering in this summer with Marshall last year. Looking to see what she can do against the challenge that is Olivia Laney on the mound. First pitch. Outside for ball 1. Leslie, the Georgia native, originally from Alpharetta, went to Centennial High School before attending Marshall last season. Was a Sun Belt All-Conference first team as a freshman. Last year played in 52 games, had a .365 batting average. As a true freshman, hits this one hard down the right field line for a foul ball, 1-1. So for Leslie, pretty dominant freshman year. Makes some strides here, had 8 extra base hits outside of those 6 home runs, 5 doubles, 3 triples, 36 RBIs. Walked 9 times and only struck out 13, a .395 on-base percentage. 11 stolen bases for her. 1-1. Swung on, hits it over to center field side. We'll get underneath. It will be the new center fielder and make the grab in Macy Andrews. 1 away. Just kind of got it in on the handle and lines out to center. Now brings up Addie Lewis for the 4th time today. 0 for 3 with 2 ground outs. Now line out to center on the first pitch of the ball game. The only Bandit player to not collect a hit just yet. Maybe we can speak one into existence for her here. First pitch from Laney. Strike over the heart of the plate, 0-1. Just trying to see if she can keep working through it here. Shut down this Bandits offense. See if she can get her Rain team to get some runs on the board for her now after coming in relief of Mariana Smith. 0-1 to Lewis. Swung on and fouled off, 0-2 for the rising freshman. Batting .211 entering into the contest. 2 RBIs for her. A .348 on base, though. Not collecting an extra baser just yet, but has gone on at a decent tick in her 8 games played. This is her 8th game, I should say, but 0-2 now the count to her. Next pitch. Just up and away, ball 1. Laney once more from Charlotte, North Carolina. Trying to work through another clean frame. 4 strikeouts for her already. Technically 5, actually. Clearing that job. 3rd strike. 1 and 2 is fouled off once more. Lewis stays alive. Laney, who attended Collegiate Academy for high school. Just this past season at Chat State, went 18-1 in 19 starts, had a save, and 121 innings pitched. Had 16 complete games in those 19 starts. 1-2. Outer half call, delayed strike 3, 2 away. Now brings up Dallas Wagoneer with 2 away and no one on. As Lewis walks back to the dugout, called out on strikes for the first time today. Now 6 strikeouts in the afternoon for Laney, including that drop 3rd strike to Wagoneer, funny enough, at that top of the 4th. She now comes up for the 4th time today. A single, a strikeout that she reached on, and a line out to left. First pitch up and in, called a strike, 0-1. Wagoneer now stepping in once more. Entered in with a 181 or a 188 average, but over a 300 on base percentage. Found ways to get on base when necessary. For the Newbury College product out of the Division II school. A 1. Oh, the zone called a strike, 0-2. Wagoneer played in 8 games last year, 7 starts for her. 3 RBIs on the 2 hits she collected. Under 20 at-bats last season. Only struck out 1 time. Chickamauga, Georgia. Shows bunt now to Laney with an 0-2 against her. 2 away here, nobody on. Next pitch. Outside, ball 1. Malcolm thought that might have been strike 3. She was jogging towards the dugout for a moment there. At least took a couple strides. Henson would hit next if given the chance. 1 for 3 is she, with a single fly out to center and a fly out to first. 1 and 2 to Wagoneer. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And another strikeout for Laney, gets through the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 1-2-3 inning, no hits, no errors, no one left on base, and Mariana Smith will step up in the leadoff spot once more for the Reign here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Reign trying to mount the comeback, down by 5, 6-1. We'll see if Henson comes out to work her 6th frame or not. Here in just a moment from Mandy Greenmon Field here in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be back in just a moment. Bottom of the 6th inning, 6-1 your score. The Bandits still lead over the Smoky Mountain Rain here at Mandy Green Munn Field in the Scenic City Collegiate League in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. As it will be the top of the order coming up for the Rain, 1, 2, and 3. Mariana Smith still hitting. Olivia Laney, after being relieved by her in that 4th frame, now comes up 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to right field and second base. Henson looking to see if she can go through 6. First pitch hit down the third base line is foul. About half a foot to that left side of the bag. Harvey lets it roll. So for Smith now, see if she can get this offense jump started. Only 1 run scored here in that 5th inning after the single by Hugh Bush brought around Strickland. Next one stays high for 1-1. Marshall Product now on the mound trying to work through it here once more. Has yet to record a strikeout. There's also not really walked anybody here today either. Let's just minimize the damage. Next pitch fouls it off, 1-2. Stat line, you don't really see it feels like that often. No walks and no strikeouts. It's only allowed 5 hits and 1 run given up. 1-2. Off speed stays high, 2-2. So trying to see what she can do here to start us off in this bottom of the 6th. Smith trying to get the offense rolling, stays high with it once more, 3-2. And Frazier will hit next, flew out to short and grounded out to third her last 2 times up, and then Balcom, who is doubled and flown out to right, will be next. 3-2 to Smith. On the outer half, called, strike 3, 1 away. Smith records her first, or gets struck out for the first time today. Henson gets her first strikeout recorded, and as soon as I said, hey, she has neither, she goes and picks up the first one. Now Frazier comes up with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Fastball burns through the zone once more. Sees the next one down in the zone, ball 1. 1-1 the count now to the Knights' third baseman. Played earlier today for the Choo-Choos for a moment there. She was their primary second baseman, moved to first, flew out to left and center twice, was 0 for 3, so that one stays out and away, 2-1. We're going to see if she can get on for the first time today. She has flown out 4 of the 5 times she's come up. Grounded out her last time up, now in appearance number 6 on the day, just trying to see if she can help herself out. She'll line it out to the shortstop side, knocked down by Lewis. Throw to first is in time. 2 away here now in the bottom of the 6th. Lewis had to catch up to her really quickly on the ankles, had to hurry up and make the throw, was able to get there in time, and now Balcom, the leading double hitter now, comes to the plate. Added on another with 6 now on the season for her. See the off speed and sky. It's straight up into the air. Wagoneer and foul ground will make the grab. That'll be out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning. Gives this Bandit squad into the top of the 7th another chance to hit. So 11 pitches is all Henson needs to get through 6. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Bandits will come up to the plate. Head 6-1 here into the top of the 7th frame. Laney will try and see if she can go yet another inning of work. 6-1 your score here from Mandy Green Munn Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be right back after this quick break as the Bandits come back up to hit. Top of the 7th inning, 6-1 your score. Bandits lead over the Smoky Mountain Rain here as we enter into this top half. Bandits coming up to the plate once more. 3, 4, and 5 will head up. It'll be Henson, Reaganwall, and Ella Cunningham who will step up here against Laney once more. Henson now 1 for 3 on the day, a single, 2 flyouts, 1 to center and 1 to first base. Will step up for her 4th appearance. First pitch from the lefty on the mound. Hits it off the end of the bat, down the right field line. Trying to get there as the new right fielder. Will not be able to grab it in time. 0-1 as Watson racing for that one. Just couldn't make the grab. Henson now, who has made it through 6 clean, has only given up 1 run. Product continues to try and work at the plate here today. Took part in Portal Day those a little under a week ago. Had a couple of home runs during her plate appearances there. 0-1, swung on and hits it towards shallow right center field. It'll be there in time. Will be the second baseman, out number 1. Strickland goes out and makes the grab. So 1 down, and now Reaganwall, who already has 2 singles today, comes to the plate. 2 for 3 is she. After that bunt single back to Laney on the mound, she wasn't able to throw out Wall at first, and then Balcom threw it back to third to try and cut down Diamond Leslie, and it allowed her to reach second. And able to get out of that pick with a fly out and a strikeout. First pitch to Wall, slashes it foul to the left-hand side, 0-1. Reaganwall headed to Georgia Tech next year. James Madison University is the rising sophomore. Rounded out her first time to shortstop, but has singled both of her times and scored once. 0-1. Shows bunt, pulls it back, called a strike, 0-2. Cunningham will hit next, and if possible, Tatum Massengale. They are both 1 for 3 on the day. Wall trying to get on here with 1 out and nobody on. It's top of the 7th inning, ahead 6-1 over the Rain. Next pitch from Laney. Swung on, hit shallowly out towards left center field. Trying to make the grab as the shortstop Cunningham just cannot make it over the shoulder. And another base knock for Reaganwall. 3 for 4 is she on the day. And now a speedy runner at first with 1 out. Cunningham trying to make the over-the-shoulder grab. Just kind of bounced off her glove in shallow left center field. She's had a couple of decent plays here today defensively. Tried to see if she can make another. Now it brings up Ella Cunningham, who's 1 for 3. Flew out to center fielder last time up in the shallow side as Kai Ricks came in and made the catch. Now subbed out for Macy Andrews. First pitch from Laney. Swung on, hit hard down that left field line in foul ground. Trying to make the grab as Cunningham. She will in foul territory. Wall's going to try and tag up the throw to second. Airmails it into right. Now she's going to try for third. Right fielder Watson into third base. Knocks it down as Andrews. And now 2 outs and a runner at third as Wall able to advance all the way to third base. So Cunningham tried to make the throw into second. I said airmail, more like bounced it in, and unfortunately for her, Strickland couldn't corral it, so it allows Wall to advance all the way to third. Now it brings up Tatum Massengale with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Struck out swinging her last time she faced Laney. First pitch. Bunts it first base side. It will land foul. So Cunningham flies out into foul ground to the other Cunningham, funny enough. Ella flies out to Deanna, and she tries to make the throw to second as Wall tagged up, made it into second head first, and then took off for third when the ball bounced into right field. Watson's throw couldn't nail her either. So she stands at third as Massengale trying to see if she can make it a 6-run lead once again. 0-1. Outside a ball, 1-1. Grace Harvey would hit next if given the chance. She's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout today. Today's second baseman comes to the plate once more. Waits the 1-1 from Laney. The pitch. Sits high and away, 2-1 now to count. Wall now at third. Fly out for Henson. The single by Wall reaches all the way around to third base after the foul fly out by Cunningham. Now it brings up the NAIA product at the plate from Tennessee Westland and Massengale. 2-1. Swung on and missed. 2-2. High fastball continues to go up the ladder for Laney, and she just induces swings every time, it feels like. Corners stand closer in here for this Smoky Mountain Range squad. Middle infield's a little bit further back, almost at the edge of the grass. The 2-2. Swung on and hit hard foul. 2-2 still the count. Massengale not going to go out without a fight. Going to see if she can make this a 6-run lead once more. 6-1 your score. The Bandits lead over the Rain. And he's trying to make it through her 4th clean inning of work. Has only allowed 2 hits now in this 4 innings of work. No runs have come around against her. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Laney. And she now ties Ella Cunningham for the most strikeouts this season. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 1 runner left on, 1 hit, 1 error. No one able to come around and score for the Bandits. They still lead by 5. The Rain trying to see if they can induce a heck of a comeback here as we enter into the bottom of the 7th. 6-1 your score. The Bandits lead over the Rain. We'll see if Henson will go for the complete game or not here in just a moment here from Mandy Greenmon Field in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. We'll be back in just a moment. Bottom of the 7th inning, 6-1 your score. Lindsay Henson trying to see if she can make it through 7 complete. Get the victory here today for the Bandits. We'll see if she's able to do so. She'll face off against the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. It'll be Macy Andrews, Ainsley Watson, and Macy Strickland to face off against Henson here. So we enter into the bottom of the 7th, down direly 5 runs. The first pitch from Henson. Down the zone for a strike, 0-1. For Andrews, who actually played earlier today for the Choo-Choos, went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Flew out to the catcher and grounded out to second. Looking to get herself her first hit of the day is a big swing and a miss on the high fastball, 0-2. Andrews' first appearance here today in a Rain uniform. Subbed in for Kai Ricks in that top of the 5th frame. 0-2 from Henson. Swung on, Sky to the right-hand side and foul ground. Reagan Wall's going to be there. That'll be out number 1. Now it'll bring up Watson with 1 down and nobody on. As the traditionally catcher stepped into right field today for Jamerson. Her first appearance at the plate today. Pitch to her. Called a strike on the inner half, 0-1. Watson again stepping up for the first time now in right field here today. See the next pitch out and away for 1-1. Henson only 1 strikeout this game, but has worked it cleanly here through this contest. Now trying to see if she can get Watson down. A 176 average for her, 2 RBIs, 3 hits, but a 300 on-base percentage. A big swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Watson, a double to her name this year. 2 RBIs. And she'll take the off speed and drive it deep left field all the way to the wall. It'll go off the top of the wall. Extra bases now for Watson. She'll make her way into second base standing. So it will be off the top of the wall. And I think they're going to look at this. I think the home plate umpire is going to call this a home run. It looked like it bounced off the top of the wall. That's indeed what it's going to be. So a double for Watson. Got a hold of that high changeup and just blasted it to the wall. And the left fielder, Leslie, tried to reach up and grab it, but just couldn't make the robbery. So Watson with her second base hit of the season brings up Strickland. She'll hit it to third base. Harvey knocks it down. Looks down the runner, throw to first in time. Watson to third. Throw will not be there. So now 2 outs and a runner at third. Now it brings up Deanna Cunningham, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out to left. And foul ground to try and save this ball game for the Reign. Cunningham again, 0 for 2. Ground out to the pitcher, and that was the fielder's choice. Now hits it to second base, knocked down by the second baseman. Massagueo to first, that will end it. The Bandits take it 6-1. Lindsey Henson goes 7 complete innings and takes the victory here today. The Bandits now get themselves back in the win column again. And that'll go ahead and end it here. So another victory for the Bandits. The Reign fall here today, 6-1 your final. Mariana Smith will take the loss, unfortunately for her. Gives up 11 hits through 3 innings, 6 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Laney comes in relief of her, pitches 4 innings, gives up 2 hits, strikes out 8. As she now ties Ella Cunningham for most strikeouts this season in 2 less innings pitched. Lindsey Henson takes the victory here today. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run given up, 1 strikeout. A complete game shutout, or a complete game for her. Gives up 1 run and gets herself another victory this season. 7-run score. 6 of those, or excuse me, 6-run score. All 6 coming in that top of the 3rd inning for the Bandits, including 7 straight singles. Leslie, a solo home run to start it all off. That'll take it here. The Bandits find themselves back in the win column once more. They are now 6-4 in the year. The Smoky Mountain Reign now 3-7. They have lost 6 in a row. Bandits get back in the win column. They are now just a game behind the Smokies for first. As tomorrow, the Smokies will take on the Smoky Mountain Reign. That'll be set for 9 a.m. tomorrow. Bandits and Choo-Choos will battle it out at 11:30. Again, that's set for tomorrow morning. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in once more here from Mandy Green Munfield. The Bandits take it over the Smoky Mountain Reign 6-1 here in northern Chattanooga, Tennessee. You've been watching the Scenic City Collegiate League. Thank you, everyone, again for tuning in. My name is Mason Strong. It's been a pleasure to call for you all once more. Have a safe rest of your afternoon.